all those good places. Whoop, whoop, Kev is back. That's right. I am back in full effect. That's right. So welcome to the show. Tonight is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, but I'm still thankful. Still thankful. Yeah, man. And I'm going to tell you a couple things tonight to explain why I'm thankful. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So if this is your first time joining the show, hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. But other than that, I think you guys can hear me, so I might as well get busy. Yeah, man. You see that real gorilla? Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Listen to in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So now, don't forget, I do have a merch store. If you want to check out some merch, Kevin's Corner Store. And also, that number on the screen, 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, you'll be able to connect with me just in case some shenanigans pop off and they disappear me for a long time. Now, also, if you want to support the channel, you can do it through my Cash App or my PayPal, or just participate in the Super Chat. All of that is cool with me. Now, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you were able to reflect on all the blessings God has given you, all the important things in your life, you know, not just the superficial things, but the important things, you know, God, family, you know, protection, all the blessings God has given us. And, you know, when it comes down to politics, I think politics also plays a part in our life to the point where we can be thankful over who God has allowed to govern over us, and thankful for the wisdom that we have to make good, sound, you know, choices when it comes down to political leaders too, because that's important. You know, they affect our life, unfortunately, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. They just think they're totally disconnected from the consequences of their vote. And I just thank God that he gave us enough common sense to vote the right way, that would also protect some of the other blessings in our life. So I give God all the praise for that. Now, everybody, you can hear me. Praise God. Yeah, thank you. That's right. So while we're over here thankful and rejoicing, which I believe we would have done whether we would have won or lost, because see, that's sound-minded people who really, at the end of the day, your faith is in, you know, God, not man. I would have been upset. It would have sucked if Kamala Harris would have won, but I would not have lost my faith in Christ. I would have just probably lost my faith in humanity. Like, good grief, I can't believe they made a dumb mistake like this again. But when you don't have God in your life can go to pieces when something superficial is taken from you. So as much as I enjoy politics and things like that, my faith does not revolve around it. I'm blessed and thankful when God allows it to line up with my faith, but my faith don't revolve around just politics. But I'm still thankful. I'm still thankful for some things, because see, people like who we're about to see, who really, I guess everything about them is wrapped up in politics and social issues and stuff like that. People like who I'm about to show you, when things don't go their way, they go belly up. And you know who I'm talking about. None other than apple head, big face, bad makeup wearing, Joy Reid. Let's hear her Thanksgiving message to us all, y'all.
These people who say the undocumented, who they get to call illegal immigrants, like the Pilgrims had permission to come here, have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right?
Now, I think she's still bitter, y'all. I think she's still upset about that butt whooping she took. Can't get over it. So here she comes out to spread all of this cheer, to give us a message of hope and excitement and things like that. Now, you wonder why their network is going under. You wonder why it's in the tank, because you got people like this. See, it's in the tank because she stank. That's why it's in the tank. So let's finish hearing from Joy Reid right here. See, she could have saved this message for herself.
They made the choice to overstay their visas or come into our country illegally. So if they get deported, consequences.
I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, I'm thankful that we got us a president that recognized the importance of having a strong border to protect his citizens. That's what I'm thankful for. But apparently, Joy Reid, she don't understand that. She thinks we're up here just godless and heartless people and saying we don't care nothing about these humans, forget them. No, I don't even blame the immigrants. You know how it is, man. I blame the people she supported. She wouldn't have to be up here talking about how mean and evil we are and insensitive we are if her party would have did the right thing in the first place, which is secure the border. But let's continue, though.
But you right-wingers shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your votes?
No, I shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your big ugly mug on this screen here. But unfortunately, it's my job to report on stupidity and on nonsense. So I got to sit here and bear that apple head right there. See, that apple head right there so big. Yeah, if I was climbing a tree, I'd be like, I don't want that apple. Some apples are just too big and too rotten to pick off the tree. So this apple head right here is up here to suffer the consequences and this and this and that. I'm suffering consequences right now. Looking at your big nose. Let's continue.
You don't want to be around me because I voted for fascism. No fair.
No, I don't want to be around you because you got a big old apple head and a stank attitude. I can't imagine anybody wanting to hang out with Joy Reid. I wonder when they say cut after she gets done spewing up all of this racism, all of this anger and vitriol, all of this venom. I wonder if the people like on the set actually is okay with her. That was a great job, Joy. You want to go get something for lunch? I can't imagine anybody wanting to hang around her unless they recognize or understand all of this is just fake and it's for show. I mean, who can be this racist in 2024 and be serious? I mean, is she just a grifter, a race baiter like Al Sharpton and all of those other dudes? Or does she really believe this stuff? Because if she do, I don't understand how she gets along with the white people on the set. I don't understand how she signs the check that the white man gives her for getting out here and spewing this type of anger, hate, vitriol, and racism. But let's continue, though.
I'm coughing on you with COVID, but you want me to wear a mask for your safety? No fair. My body, my choice.
Well, yeah, you got your mask on and you've been boosted 18 times. It is my body, my choice.
Well, here's an alternative thought.
What's the alternative thought? Don't invite an applehead, evil racist to the Thanksgiving dinner. There's the alternative thought. There you go. Don't invite somebody who is not wrapped too tight to the Thanksgiving dinner. As much as I love, everybody, there's some people you go, man, you got to love them from a distance. I mean, when you're this nasty, when you're this evil, when you're this upset, be mad all by yourself. She's trying to spread this anger throughout everywhere. That's what she's trying to do. She can't just be bitter by herself. Why don't you, Eveline? You know who Eveline, if you ain't never watched The Wiz, go ahead and watch it tonight. Okay, and you will see exactly who I'm talking about. Don't bring it, no bad news, no bad news, no bad news, no bad news. Yeah. So Eveline here is upset and she wants everybody else to be upset. Just be mad all by yourself. And that's the problem. That's the problem with these radical Marxist leftists. First of all, they're never happy. They're never satisfied. That's why nobody wants to be around you. Secondly, they want to spread this anger all through society. Yeah, they want everybody walking around mad for nothing. Now, if she's at the Thanksgiving dinner, we're all sitting around eating in silence because we don't want to offend her. Yeah, we can't talk about anything because she's seeing racism in the turkey and everything. Now, this when you cut open the turkey, all you see is what? White meat? Huh? See, that's what the problem is. Underneath it all, it's all about white meat. See? Yeah, the black meat, why the black meat got to be on the top? See, it looks dark on the outside, but when you cut it open, all you see is white meat. Well, guess what else I see white meat too? When I bust your head, you'll see white meat under that too. Okay? Yeah, bust your head to the white meat. You keep talking about white. Why don't you get on out of here? So here she goes, finishing up her wonderful Thanksgiving message.
Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Why?
We will. See, that's the thing about us. Life goes on. Watching the days go by. That's right. See, we'll go on. We'll make the turkey. We'll enjoy life. And this is what gives us that armor. See, when you got some common sense and you got something that runs deeper in you than politics and all of this stuff and what happens on the outside, you'll go on. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Thanksgiving all 3, 4 years that Creepy Sleepy was in. There you go. Every day I woke up, I was still happy on the inside. I looked around and I was able to identify stupidity, but nothing was able to really affect me on that level. This woman's completely destroyed right here. Yeah, she spread nothing but evil and anger. Mad for nothing.
Your own tears. Troll amongst yourselves with Elon and leave us alone.
Oh, you ain't got to worry about that. Oh, boy. You know what's funny? She's saying this as if everybody is blowing her phone up to come and hang out. She's saying this as if once Trump supporters won, we're sadistically calling all of our friends and family members who voted for Kamala to invite them to, the party. I won't even talk about this. Like, I wouldn't even call a family member and mention this or even be thinking about the politics if I said, yo, let's get together for Thanksgiving. That'd be the last thing on my mind. And I also probably wouldn't show up at the Thanksgiving dinner sitting back waiting to jump out and be like, yeah, what about that election, y'all? Yeah, that's not our style. That's not our style. But according to her, everybody is blowing her phone up. And she's like, nope, I ain't coming. Nope, not this year. I'm pretty sure she's looking at her phone like we used to be in high school before you all had cell phones, text messages and stuff. And you be waiting for that girl to call and thinking something wrong with the phone, picking it up like, hello? Hello? Okay. All right, that. Well, let me call the operator. Yes, operator, did anybody call this number? Is this number, could you call me back and make sure it's working? Because I was expecting a call, okay? Okay, all right, no, the phone is working fine. You sure? Okay, all right then, thank you. Hello? Hello? Oh, no, nobody? See, that's what she's doing. She's sitting around hoping that somebody call her, invite her nasty butt to the Thanksgiving dinner so she could ruin it all.
You got your heart's desire, the president you dreamed of and worship instead of Jesus.
Oh, see, now there we go. The person that don't even believe in Jesus is the person that's always trying to judge our hearts, trying to tell us what we think and how we should be and who we should be worshiping and stuff like that. No, you idiot. We thank God for 47. Yeah, we're not thanking 47 as if he has all the power within himself. God has used President Donald Trump to bless America and by default the rest of the world. See, that's what she don't understand. That's what she don't understand. It's God first, Big Apple head. So let's continue though.
And this time you didn't even have to storm the Capitol, smash the windows, or try to kill police officers or issue death threats to poll workers. See?
And that didn't happen the first time either. You can't get over that. That's what hurts the worst for them. Look at all of this stuff that they think in their head should have stopped this. See, in her head, it's, yeah, man, how could y'all vote for this dude who stormed the Capitol? He was responsible for J6. They tried to overthrow the election. He was indicted 4 times. He was convicted for this and that. And don't forget all of the impeachments and all of the racism and whiteness. And we still won. So yes, if there is somebody that I want to gloat to, it's definitely Applehead. That's right. Because that big fat baby on the bus goes round and, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can't fit that baby on the bus because that baby's apple head is too big. We have to cut a hole in the top of the bus. Dang on it. So we could ride around with her big apple head. We have to have a separate bus for that big apple head. Now let's continue though, because she's all sensitive and upset about that loss they took.
You did it just by voting this time. Congrats. You got your way.
Yeah.
And he even got away with breaking the law.
Oh, he did? Yeah. What loss? That's the question. What loss? See, now you're going to be little R intelligence. Applehead with a worm in it. Yeah, you're going to be little R intelligence as if we all don't realize that Trump didn't break no laws. It was lawfare. So now all of a sudden, here she is trying to say he got away with murder, got away with breaking the law and all that stuff. Now all of those folks that launched that lawfare is concerned. And she should be concerned about her job because I guarantee it's probably on the chopping block, honestly. If I was Elon Musk, I would buy MSNBC just because of her. Yeah, she would be the #1 person on the chopping block. I would make an example out of her. Now, if she goes under, if MSC goes under, or if they finally fire this evil woman, What do you think she's going to do? Where is she going to take this evilness anywhere else and get paid to spew out all of this division and this hate? See, nobody wants to listen to you on Thanksgiving. It's a time for us to come together. But here she is. She can't set aside the evil for one day. One day. That's how evil this woman is, man. That stuff got to be eating her up on the inside, man. Got to be. I wonder if she got friends and family and kids and stuff. If so, I pity them. I pity them.
But if you expect the 73 million who voted for the prosecutor, not the felon, and particularly the 92% of black women who voted for Kamala to give you a cookie for your vote, a trophy, a hug, a high five, you might be asking too much.
No, we're not asking anybody for anything. We're too busy celebrating. Celebrate good times. Come on. Do, 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 do. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. We're too busy having fun. That's the whole point. You're the only one running around still mad. You're the only one with the problem. Big face, apple head. Find some joy. But I ain't throwing it your way. You're going to have to find that on your own. You're too nasty.
If we want to eat with you, we will.
No thanks.
But if we just want some peace over the holidays and we don't want to put up with your trolling while we eat our tofurkey, get over it.
Now, the sad part about this, most likely nobody's inviting her anywhere. Okay? And she'll sit home and be mad with nobody around. That anger is so deep, she'll carry that wherever she goes. Okay? It don't take being in the presence of MAGA folks for this type of evil and anger to surface. This is that it's deep down on the inside. That's why I call her the toilet bowl of MSNBC. She's the dirtiest of them all, man. Yeah, this chick right here is infested with fecal matter. She stinks, filled with shit. That's what she is, man. And so she's sitting back now talking about y'all gonna have to live without us on Thanksgiving. Okay, cool. You sure? Yeah, I ain't coming. I heard you the first time. I'm serious this time. I understand. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I might ride past the house, but I ain't coming in the house. No, you ain't even got to do that. I was on my way. I mean, I got to go to the store anyway. I was going to just kind of ride past maybe. And if y'all standing outside and see me, then y'all might like be like, come here for a second. But I mean, that's up to y'all. I ain't going to come though. I ain't going to come. I'm just saying, no, you ain't even got to come. You know what? There's another way you can go. Okay, I'm going to do that then. Yeah, please do. Please do. All right, then. I'm about to hang up. Oh, okay. I'm serious. Okay, no, you know what? Matter of fact, there you go. Nobody's begging you to come anywhere.
Stop acting like we owe you, and for God's sakes, stop whining.
After she just, oh boy, after she just went on a full-blown pity party rant right there, that baby on the bus was going, why? Oh, yeah, cry, baby, cry. So we're the ones that's whining, guys. We're the ones that's whining. You see, that's liberal logic right there. That's projection. That's what you call it. So, guys, there we have it. We got this woman right here is probably the nastiest woman on the internet. And she claims that we're whining and that we're going to be punished by not having them present at the Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that right there is nothing more than in her head. It's, she's imagining people care enough about her to say, I want you to be at the party, and if you ain't there, we're going to be upset and we're going to be whining about it. No, we're not. We're thankful we can eat our turkey, our candy yams, our mashed potatoes, our, macaroni and cheese and all that stuff without hearing Applehead get out there and start whining and calling everybody a white supremacist and how could y'all vote for Hitler. So let's move on from Applehead, because there's other people out there that they're having a hard time being thankful over the season 2, trying to figure out what happened to Chameleon. We don't understand.
Our Thanksgiving, our choice.
It's the Jennings response at that table.
Oh, please. Donald Trump's gotten more votes every time he's run for 3 straight elections. Yeah. He won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican since 2004. And his party won the House and the Senate. The American people have given him a mandate to govern. They want the Republican Party to take action. And you, sir, bringing this up to me at the table would be wise to tell your party, don't be obstructionists, because I don't think the American people are going to like it.
You tell him, Scott. You tell Crying Van Jones what time it is. He's sitting over there like, yeah, you do got a point, Scott, man. You've been on point for real though, Scott, recently. yeah, our party did suck, man. This and that. Take it, Jones. That's what I want you to do. Take this verbal lashing.
Ooh, he is not getting the last crescent roll.
Yeah, well, I can see why you're down on Kamala Harris. I mean, she was one of the worst Democratic nominees of our lifetime.
If not the worst. If not the worst. Look. All they can do is take it right here. The cap session is in effect right about now. Scott Jennings is on the playground like, okay, yeah, you think that's funny? But for real though, your candidate was so stupid. So he's up there giving it to Van Jones during the cap session.
And presidential campaigns have a way of revealing the talent levels of the people who are in them. And I think we found the ceiling she bumped up against. If you hadn't remembered it from 2020 or 2019, she'd make it to 2020. Now you really have seen it on display, and maybe she'll try it again in 4 years from now.
For our laughter. Yeah, there it is. 4 more years of laughter. We're gonna see why she's so horrible in a second, okay? Because she has given us some great hits. But Van Jones is over there shaking his head, and it doesn't matter. It's not doing anything because the truth is the truth. I don't care if you deny it by shaking your head side to side, Van Jones. You see Van over there like, no, man. Yeah, it's true. We all know it's true. And so does the lady in the middle. That's why she ain't doing what she normally do. Interrupt. Oh, come on, Scott. No. She's sitting there taking it. She's letting it happen.
We'll never know if another Democrat can win, but I'll tell you this, Joe Biden and his administration and what Kamala Harris helped him do have tainted the Democratic Party. It delivered Republican majorities in Washington, D.C., and now their party is in the wilderness trying to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, they're wandering around like the children of Israel back in the day. They don't know what's going on. Yeah, they're out there in the wilderness like we need somebody to guide us. So look at Van. Van knows it's true. I want to see them because I want to see them bring me onto the show so I could talk to Van. But before I would talk to him, I would be like, Van, I want to play a clip of you when you was crying for Joe Biden's winning. Today is a victory, little boys and girls. Yeah, I want that. Before I let you have it, Van Jones, I'd be like, first of all, before I get into my cap session, I want to go ahead and play a clip of Van Jones crying over Joe Biden winning. So by the time I get finished with him, he's going to be crying again for me just capping on him. I would cap on this dude so bad until he cried. Now, that's a lot of capping. When you let somebody have it to the point they just start crying. So let's continue, though, because Scott's having his way with Van Jones.
And the American people are expecting Republicans to lead us out of this morass, this malaise, if you will, that we've been in for the last 4 years.
Something tells me that Scott's not making it to dessert at Van's house. I see his head shaking. Someone's getting thrown out. I don't know whose house it is right now, but I'm going to go on to the next one right now because, Scott, okay, this one is for you.
Yeah.
And it's probably sure to come up. Trump's only about loyalty himself and is stacking his entire cabinet with yes men and yes women.
What? Oh, so Trump is selfish, y'all. You know what Trump should do? Trump should bring in a whole bunch of people who are moles. Trump should bring in a whole bunch of people who don't agree with his agenda. There you go. That's the smart thing to do if you're the president. Bring in a whole bunch of people who would sabotage everything that you stand for, all of your policies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what he should do. This is the stupidest thing ever. I mean, think about this. Joe Biden didn't fire nobody, because they all agreed with his agenda and he agreed with them. I mean, did you see anybody buck up against Joe or whoever was running Joe? No. I mean, did you see Joe even verbally chastise anybody who had some of the worst decisions ever? No, not at all. He didn't say nothing. When the debacle took place in Afghanistan, he didn't say nothing to anybody over anything. Mucus with that border, nothing, because they were all on one accord for the most part. And even if they weren't, they didn't say anything. But yet, I guess Trump's supposed to do what happened to him by default the first time, which is go find some people who don't really support Trump. They're never Trumpers. They're undercover. They're deep state actors. They're neocons. They're whatever. And then they sabotage his agenda. No, we want folks that's coming in saying, yo, guess what, Trump? We on one accord, baby. I feel you. I was saying and thinking the same thing. That's what I want. I don't want nobody in there talking about, well, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't go out and be tough on rounding up all of these illegal immigrants. It might be a bad look. We already understand there's going to be whining, screaming, kicking, and scratching over it. Everybody calling him, he's evil and looking at him doing this to the kids and busting up families. But we're okay with that. If I'm in his cabinet, I'm like, I understand the goal and agenda, period. And I agree with it. Why would I want a job working for somebody that I disagree with everything they have? Trump has been very open about what he wants to do during this time. So why would he go out and even hire anybody who's like, well, I heard what he said he wanted to do, but I ain't feeling it, but hey, I take that job. So they're asking stupid questions. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make it seem as if Trump is not going to have any opposition and he's just going to be this dictator that if he violates the Constitution and breaks the law, all of these people are going to be okay with it. Well, newsflash, me being a serious Trump supporter, if I saw him doing something real crazy, I would be going, man, he can't do that. I mean, as much as I love him, but that's too far, man. That's too far. So that's what they want to create. They want to create that thought that Trump's going to go that far over, the ledge, and these people are going to go over the ledge with him. Let's continue.
Scott?
I mean, honestly, are you complaining that a president of the United States is appointing people to his government that, oh my gosh, supported his election campaign, that support his agenda? That's unheard of. We've never heard of this before. That's crazy talk. Every president appoints people to the cabinet that supported them, that supports the things they want to do. I mean, my goodness gracious. Joe Biden ended up appointing Pete Buttigieg as Secretary of Transportation because he said, well, I like trains. Choo-choos are fun. This is a great cabinet. This is great picks. These people are going to shake up Washington, D.C., and so what if they're loyal to Donald Trump? That's what the American people voted for, a government that's going to follow Donald Trump's agenda that he ran on. That's what they voted for. That's how he won. The people should execute his agenda.
See, Scott's too smart for them. There it is. Somebody said earlier Scott should have his own show. You're right about that. Yeah, he's too smart for these eggheads right here. Try to get him with something. But look at this, guys. Look at this Kayleigh McEnany. She's now being sensitive to the response of all of the people who thought that Kamala was going to win. They're busted up. So we better check on them for Thanksgiving and see how they were doing.
They lost because they were scared of their donors.
They were scared of their donors.
I think that they need to change their policies.
It's a policy thing.
Yes, it's 100% a policy thing.
Because I would say,
Which is the boring answer.
That's
Although
why.
it would be very self-serving for me to say, I'm the left's Joe Rogan, the Democratic Party should give me millions of dollars. That's not going to solve this problem. What will solve this problem is if the Democratic Party actually adopts real left-wing economic populist messaging instead of purposely avoiding that stuff because they're terrified of upsetting their corporate donors.
No. That guy right there is far off. Now look at them all having a coping session. They're doing a recap, talking about what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and all of that stuff. No, this guy in his mind, he's going, yeah, we need to go further left. That's what it is. Yeah, we really need to go ahead and lay into the left-wing, far left radical agenda and policies. That's what we should have done. It's the donors that kept her probably kind of center right. It was like, look, now don't go out there and say nothing stupid. Now we quietly might support all your crazy radicalism and stuff like that, but surely the people are not going to vote for you if you go out there talking reckless. All right, now you ain't getting this check unless you get out there and say something like, I'm going to make sure we secure the border and I'm going to be tough on crime. And you know what? We're not too radical. And yeah, that's what she needed to do. She would have got no checks because America is not there. But in this guy's head, yeah, that's why she lost. She didn't go far left enough. Here we go.
I mean, man, this list of excuses is getting longer than Hillary's infamous scroll of scapegoats after the 2016 election. Democrats are going to have to do a serious autopsy around the Thanksgiving table tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they have to figure out what to do with Kamala.
Yeah, because she's that turkey, a jive turkey. Get in there and see what's on the inside of that turkey. Cut it open and get those gizzards out. So let's see what else they got to say about why they lost.
Some Democrats never want to see her again. They're begging her to not run in 4 years.
We don't want to see
They don't even want her to run for governor of California.
Oh.
Republicans don't make Trump apologize.
What?
For what? And as Stephanie said, we don't have to mimic it. But I think that there are a lot of times where if you're in the Democratic Party and you step out of line, you get punished for it. Trump is...
What? I mean, they step out of line all the time and nothing ever happens to them. What are you talking about? These people are delusional. They will never find out why they lost. They're all over the place. They're not even close. But here he goes again talking about that we never punish Trump. Well, I mean, if he did something crazy, of course we'd punish him. But he hasn't. So what are you talking about?
Was putting these Republicans in the worst possible political, or what would seem to be, and they support it because at the end of the day, they understand that it weakens Trump. And, you know, this may sound like a shot across the bow, but it should be. Democrats are eating our own to a very high degree. And until that stops, we're not going to be able to address a lot of the things that just need to be said.
Yeah, I hope you guys continue eating your own. Yeah, and I don't want to see this chick ever again either. So don't get me wrong. There's some Democrats who never want to see her again. But I definitely don't want to see this ever again. Unless it's just in these clips right here to where we can laugh about them. See, because this is what the real problem was. That guy's talking all kind of crazy stuff, but this is the real problem. Listen to this. See, we got to help him out.
She would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? I'm pointing to the direction of what I believe is the Capitol. And what needs to happen in terms of people who otherwise have evidenced themselves having a feckless quality to show some courage to reject the false notion that suggests you're either in favor of the Second Amendment or you want to take everyone's guns away.
Yeah, you see that? You see that look right there? See, that's why y'all lost. You hear how crazy she sound? You hear that stupid laugh? You see her like doing all of this and bouncing around and stuff like that. That's why she lost. She stinks. Okay? Y'all can't just come to that conclusion. Just simplify it, man. Don't get all deep. Going around the mulberry bush. See, sometimes you get so deep. Yeah, you fall off the deep end. You're sitting there trying to philosophize. You're overlooking the obvious. So I'm trying to help him out. This is why she lost.
When in fact it's just reasonable. I support the Second Amendment, but it's reasonable to say we need an assault weapons ban. It's reasonable to say we need universal background checks.
If I never see her again, it would be too soon. You do understand that. This woman right here was the worst of all times. Of course, you know, creepy probably was the worst, but he got an excuse. She has no excuse for being this bad.
Yeah, we need red flag laws. It's reasonable to say that if you want to deal with violence in the community, you also got to understand it's not only about mass shooting situations, which are horrific, and it's about everyday gun violence.
It's about, listen, baby, come here, look. It ain't about, look, if you don't understand what your auntie's talking about, I'm a gun owner. You know, I'm a gun owner. You know I own a gun, baby, but it's no reason. So the drunk aunt, nobody wants to invite the drunk aunt to the Thanksgiving dinner. She shows up drunk already. You sitting there going, well, wait a minute. We got wine and liquor and stuff. We was going to crack it open after we eat, but you came in drunk. So that's why she lost. She sounds like the drunk aunt every single time she gets out. Look at these. Look at these. Yeah.
Okay, now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that.
What? Huh?
Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us.
That right there was a classic. Record scratch immediately. They all like, come on now. Shout your own names. Come on. Oh, what? Kevin. They had no idea what to do. They're like, what the heck is she talking about? But nobody, they don't understand why she lost. Somebody said no cowbell. You're right about that. We do not need more cowbell in this situation. Yeah, what I need is more cowbell. Not in this case. So I think we discovered the real reason why she lost. She stinks.
The root of this was...
So now we got to have some tough love. Yeah, Kevin O'Leary says they can't figure it out. They're all sitting around wondering, what was the cause? Why did she lose and stuff like that? We're going to have to bring in a realist. Kevin, take it away.
They actually came very early on. They didn't run a process. They made an excuse of $317 million in the kitty.
Oh.
They kept the same campaign manager and said, we will anoint this faulted, broken candidate who was inconsequential in her vice presidency.
Kevin is getting all up in there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. Kevin's like, you know what? Y'all sitting here running around the mulberry bush. I'm about to get in and dissect this turkey and tell y'all what the real problem is. Yeah, he ain't going in gentle. Kevin's like, see, now, once you get in there, you got to cut it open. Now, see, sometimes when it's tough, the meat gets tough, you got to saw yourself in there, and then you'll start seeing what's on the inside. So go ahead, Kev. Don't spare him.
Lost in 2019, as you detailed, complete loser in 2020, never could articulate anything, had no compassion for people and her own advocates. Let's not forget this. I remember the minute this happened, I was in Europe. She went on to The View. All those women wanted her to win. They threw her a softball. They threw her a second softball. She was so weak as a candidate, she couldn't even answer that she would do something different. It ricocheted around the world. She was finished.
Finished? Well, dang. Tell us how you really feel, Kev. So they was like, all right, now, you know what? Should we even throw the softball? Let's sit it on the tee. All right, there you go, Chameleon. We're going to sit it on the tee. All you got to do is whack it. No, don't give her a regular baseball bat. Give her that big one, that one when we were kids. It was like real big. Give her that one. See if she can hit it. And she missed it twice. So now, Kevin gave the real answer. He helped them. He sped up the autopsy. That's what it was. They were sitting there, maybe it's the kidneys, maybe it's the gizzards, maybe it's no. Let's go ahead and tell you why she really stunk it up. And of course, the commentator right there who's facilitating that got mad and was like, we're not going to sit there and listen to you say these things about her because it's true. That's why we're not going to sit here and let that happen.
Greetings, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving.
Today, we come together to reflect on what we are thankful for and to share our appreciation for one another. Surrounded by family, friends, and those we cherish. Yeah. We cook our favorite recipes. We share...
Greens in the bathtub. You think the cackler? Baby, go get Auntie some more of those collard greens and bring me a whole gallon of Jack Daniels. No, it's for the greens. It's for the green. You ain't never marinated your greens in Jack Daniels? You think it's for Auntie to drink? I'm offended. I'm offended you say that. Now go get the Jack Daniels like Auntie said. Okay? I'm about to pour the whole gallon of Jack Daniels in the bathtub. So let's finish hearing her.
Share family stories, serve those in need, and give thanks for our blessings.
On Thanksgiving, we also express our gratitude as a nation for our service members and their families who sacrifice so much to protect our nation and our most sacred values.
We are truly grateful for their service.
And I'm truly grateful for that butt whooping that y'all took. I really am. I thank God every day for that shellacking that you took.
So again, from our family to yours,
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Spanksgiving, because that's what you got. You got spanked for Thanksgiving. So happy Spanksgiving. But now, I'm definitely thankful for who's coming up next. Thank God, man, for 47. Boy, America would have been in a world of hurt. And this is one reason why I'm thankful. When you got a leader who handles things like this. Makes me sleep well at night. No.
Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
Biden did.
You mean you don't want to send more weapons over to Ukraine for more useless and endless fighting? You got to be kidding me. Yeah. You mean you're not a war hawk, Trump? You want folks to actually stop dying? Well, I thank God for that. What else?
Did authorize Ukraine to use those U.S.-supplied missiles to strike deeper inside Russia, easing limitations on the longer-range weapons after Russia deployed thousands of North Korean troops in the conflict.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon.
Yeah.
Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare.
Yeah.
We will avoid it. but we need new leadership.
And thank God we got it. Thank God we got new leadership instead of no leadership. Because under Joe Biden, he's not running nothing. Somebody's running that puppet, and they would have ran us right into World War III. See, this is how you got to deal with stuff like this little midget right here. Watch this.
Another meeting in the near future between you.
Could very well happen, but I think the president said it the best. This is a war that should have never happened. It should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened. It's a shame, but this is a war that should have never happened, and we'll get it solved. It's a complicated puzzle, very complicated puzzle, but we'll get it solved, and people get on with their lives. Too many people dead. Too many beautiful cities. I've seen those cities. Are so beautiful, and that, you know, I don't know how you can ever rebuild them the way they were. It's not possible.
You have to come on, by the way, to see all
No, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, Mixoplex. You shut your mouth, Tattoo. You're not allowed to talk. If we want you to talk, we shove our hand up your butt and move your mouth like a puppet. You shut up. Okay, you're just sitting here going for the ride right about now. The boss is in town. Yeah, you spoke when spoken. You speak when spoken to, little man. You understand that? You stay in your place. Now, let's get back to the boss. I'm sorry for the interruption. Mixoplex right there. Tattoo didn't realize that the boss was talking. My fault.
I will. It's a beautiful country, beautiful weather, beautiful everything, but we have to get this over with. But it's a war, and the president agrees this is a war that should have never happened. We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare.
Yeah.
We will avoid it, but we need new leadership.
And thank God we got it. Boy, I tell you, we were cruising for a bruising. Things are starting to change by default now that Trump has been in, the nominee. So the president-elect. Things are already starting to change, and thank God they are, because we were heading straight to a brick wall under Creepy Sleepy. What else, Trump? What else?
Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country.
I thank God, y'all, every day for a president like this. Getting rid of these evil folks who are thinking about themselves only and have no regard for what it's doing to our country, using us like a piggy bank, using us like, just ammunition when it comes down to their global agenda. Unbelievable. Thank God for MAGA. Thank God for a America First president. What else, Trump? Call them out. See, that's why they mad. That's why they tried to stop you, including trying to, a couple assassination attempts, some indictments, all the stuff Joy Reid was talking about. This is why all of that took place. Tell us the another stuff, Trump. Tell us the another stuff.
And a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first.
I want that for Christmas. Oh yeah, it's Black Friday, y'all. That's what I want. I want an overall. All I want for Christmas is an overall of the deep state, overall of the deep state, overall of the deep state. All I want for Christmas is an overall for deep state. That's what I want. Tell me some more, Trump. Yeah, you giving me a Christmas list to wish for. What else?
We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission.
Yeah.
Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat.
What? You mean to tell me it ain't Russia for all occasions, Trump? We were told by the left and told by Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton that Russia's involved in everything, and they're really responsible for all the evil that goes on in the world. And if we don't send all of our money and weapons and stuff over to Ukraine, then after Putin gets finished with Ukraine, then he's going to take over the whole European nations and all of that stuff. Then he's probably going to come and take over us and stuff like that. That's what we was told. That's what we was told, because Putin's all powerful. So you're telling me that Putin just want to be left alone and provide for his country and stuff like that? And yet we got these globalists, for whatever reason, ain't satisfied with what they have, and they want to go ahead and encroach upon his land and then threaten his people. Okay, so basically, globalists are driving us straight towards a conflict that is unnecessary. Now, Putin act a fool, unprovoked, then of course we do what we got to do. But don't be blaming Putin for everything when I'm able to clearly see how America played a part in escalating this whole situation along with many of the other European countries. And this is why they hate MAGA. This is why they hate conservatives at this point, the new modern 2.0 conservatives in our country, because we're not stupid enough and blindly patriotic enough to just jump on board with anything that they say concerning democracy. We're defending democracy. We want to go to war. Is everybody on board? Because we're the U.S. Yeah, but for what? Don't ask questions, because you'll be a supporter of Putin. We're going to war to save democracy. Oh, okay. Yeah, we love the country and we like saving democracy. I guess that's cool. Let's do it. Nope. It doesn't work that way anymore. We go on, yo, man, that stuff needs to make sense. How does that benefit us as a country? Are they really a threat? What's cause and effect when it comes down to this? All of these things that a real good MAGA first leader like Trump considers before he thrusts us into stupidity like the current administration. Let's continue, Trump, because the Christmas list is growing. Let's continue.
But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us.
Got to hate us. I mean, that's all I can conclude when it comes down to our former leaders. Like, I guess, you're sitting there as a kid and you're like, okay, all right, all we got from the Biden administration for Christmas is a whole new family of illegal immigrants living in the house. Yep, that's pretty much it. We got some bad policies, and we got a rock inside of our stocking for Christmas. That's what we got. We got rocks in our stockings. Yeah, pretty much we had to go to bed without no more porch. We were all out of porch. There we go. We can't go outside because of, I guess, climate change. It's snowing outside. We want to go outside. Nope, you can't go outside. Climate change. Okay, I guess. Now, we know you're not sick, but we're going to inject you with something. Yeah, we got injected with stuff. That's what we got from them. But now, the real parents back in town. So now let's see what else Trump.
It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within.
All of those things are bad. All of those things are things that if I was a leader of a country, I would be going, man, these are our main priorities. If Americans don't feel safe in their own state, if they don't feel safe in their own city or their own country, everything else crumbles, man. The enemy outside of the U.S. will have their way with us because we're too distracted trying to figure out how can we be comfortable and safe in our own country. It appears that the prior administration had plans to destroy us from the inside out. And thank God it was interrupted. How are you going to be focused on anything else when you sitting there like my neighborhood is chaotic? And yet you got the Democrats telling us we should have been focused on climate change, guys. That's what we should have been focused on. Things like that. We should be focused on, abortions, women's reproductive issues, and trans rights. And you sitting there like, yeah, give me a second, though, because they shooting at the playground across the street from me where my kids go to play. Give me a second. I can't really focus right now on climate change because there's bullets flying. See? Oh, yeah. You know what? The trans stuff, that's cool and all, but right now, man, my kids said we ain't got no milk in the fridge. We ain't got no eggs. So give me a minute, because see, these are luxurious problems that, you focus on when you're rich. Yeah, well, but right now we got real issues to deal with. We need somebody who could come in and solve these immediate problems. And then maybe one day we could say, now let's get back to whatever you got. Now, you know what? Now, matter of fact, we don't want to even focus on what you guys were talking about. That was stupid stuff. Let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes that make us strong inside the country. Make us fall back in love with the country. Make us have pride in our country. And that makes our country strong. And everybody on the outside will see that. They would go, how are we going to deal with a country who are united together, who's focused, who's not allowing drugs to come in and just kill millions of their citizens? How are we going to deal with a country who's saying, yo, we are a sovereign nation and we're proud to be one? How are we going to deal with that? How are we going to deal with a country who's all on one accord when it comes down to defending its borders, defending its values? How are we going to deal with a country like that? We want a country who's drugged up, who's mad at each other, who's blaming each other, talking about racism and xenophobia and homophobia and transphobia. We want a country whose military now is focused on, these are my two moms, and this mom was this, and this mom is that. And that's the kind of country we want. We want a country with raggedy, funky, greedy, globalist politicians who are taking money from us and working those backdoor deals for that $1.5 billion and things like that. That's the kind of country we want as an enemy. We don't want a MAGA first country like Trump is bringing back. That's why I'm thankful for Trump. Yeah, man. Stabilize us on the inside, unite us within, make us prosper within, and then see how much these other countries want to act the fool. They're going to be looking at us like we swole up. That's what they're going to be looking at us like. Right now, we all weak, can't bench press, can't do no curls, can't do a pull-up, walking around looking like a Christmas ham, out of shape, all of that mess. But it appears that now that the boss is back, he's like, get out there and do a couple pull-ups, some push-ups, baby. We back. Get you some creatine, throw some protein in your system. You know what I'm saying? Start changing your mind. So that's what Trump is doing. He has brought back life into the country. People now are starting to think differently again, become positive. Patriotism's coming back. They're starting to see that, yeah, we are going to be strong, but we're not going to be crazy and reckless. We ain't going to be jumping in no unnecessary wars. And Trump is about to clean house when it comes down to what?
It's the collapse of the nuclear family and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment.
Look at that. Worshiping at the altar of all of those things. Yeah, because the environment's more important than everything and stuff like that, guys. And racism and stuff is running rampant and stuff because we keep telling y'all that. How are you going to strengthen a country when you're pushing that type of poison like Joy Reid for Thanksgiving? Yeah, who's pushing garbage into our system. You can't have a country that is strong and all y'all talk about is racism. Just vetted racism is running rampant. Our institutions suck. Our countries suck. It was built and founded on racism. There's no cure for it. We can't identify it. It's just running rampant. And trust me, if you say it's not there, then that means you're a racist. Now, we can, of course, go and point it out and say, let's deal with individual cases. No, because it's mysterious. It's invisible. It's everywhere, and it's probably in you. It's probably in you, even though, you might not think you're racist, but trust me, you are, okay? And anybody who says they're not, you got to hate them, which is most likely those conservatives, okay? It's most likely those conservatives. So these folks right here, if they had their way, they would keep us focused on dividing each other and fighting each other while the enemy has their way. Wow. What a wonderful strategy if you're China, if you're Russia, or if you're any of our enemies. Let America's stupid politicians destroy themselves. Oh, and definitely let them go ahead and stop Trump. Because if Trump gets in, all of that mess going to get turned around and flipped upside down on his head. So that right there ain't a blessing to China. Trump getting in, holding us accountable, not letting us fly our balloons over the United States for one whole week. That's not good for China. See? So they definitely don't want to see no parts of Donald Trump, but I do, and I thank God for him. What else, Trump?
And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us. These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating right here at home.
Wonderfully spoken, Trump. See, that's why I thank God for 47. See, he sees it. And that's the problem. And that's why they want censorship for us, because we see it too. We're like, yo, all of you liberals running around, we're not the enemy. Trust me. Yeah, y'all are hating on us for the wrong reasons. We see the real enemy within and outside. I'm telling you right now, if I was any enemy of the United States, I would have been licking my chops for Kamala Harris. Licking my chops. But instead, they got who? Trump, who came in and said, hey, Mexico, y'all need to deal with these immigrants on the way, or guess what? Those 25-cent terrorists. Well, hold on, let me get on the phone. Senior Donald Trump, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you for becoming the president-elect. We're going to stop these illegal immigrants coming. Okay, no need to get hasty and put the $25% tariffs on. Yeah, solve that mess already. They're already busting up and going back home. Hey, what did the man chicken up there in Canada do? Hello, this is Donald Trump. The congratulations and stuff like that. Hey, listen, I feel you on these illegal immigrants. We're going to do our best. Why is things changing all of a sudden? I'm loving it. See, but if I was the enemy, I would be going, man, not Trump. You mean to tell me we can't keep pimping out the U.S. when it comes down to these tariffs on these trade deals? We can't keep pimping them like that? You mean to tell me we can't keep stealing their jobs and how their jobs being sent all over the place? We can't keep doing that? You mean tell me we can't use the current administration as we've been paying and buying and giving kickbacks and all of this stuff? We can't keep using them, allowing them to weaken their own nation because they're so greedy when it comes down to getting money from big corporate entities and things like that. We can't keep using them. We got a administration coming in that won't be manipulated like that. Now, for me as an American citizen, I thank God for 47. That's what I do. Because other than that, we would still be business as usual. Still allowing us to be pimped out by NATO, still allowing us to be abused and used on our border when it comes down to Mexico, pretending that they can't stop nobody. Boy, I tell you, they was about to have their way. So you already know who they wanted in. Let's continue. Finish it, Trump.
These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed.
And how, says the little rascals. Way more damage. Yeah, man. Nasty Pelosi and the crew, Kamala and all of them, inside our FBI, our deep state, going after us, threatening our freedom of speech, threatening, our way of life, threatening our Second Amendment. Those right there are the big threats. Hiring all of those IRS agents that come and snoop around our crib with guns, y'all. Things like that, abusing our justice system. They've done more damage than Putin. Definitely done more damage than Xi, Putin, all of them. Kim Jong-un. So I don't want to hear nothing about him talking about some Trump's coming in with people who is going to be agreeing with his agenda. Darn right. I don't want one person in Trump's cabinet that could be used by the enemy. I don't want not one person in his cabinet that's like, you know what, I disagree with your foreign policies. I disagree with how we should deal with that stuff on the border. I need more Tom the Hammer Holmans in his cabinet. That's what I need. I want them all like that. I want them all to have that dogmatic MAGA first attitude. That's why I'm thankful for 47. Let's continue. We're almost done. Yeah, the chat. Here we go. Let's see. Make sure I can see the chat as we close.
Evicting the sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president.
Yeah.
And I am the only one who can do it.
Yes,
I'm
you
the
are,
only
Trump.
one that can get the job done.
Yes,
I know
you can.
exactly what has to
And
be
I thank
done.
God for 47.
We can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States. He will be going back to the White House.
in your future with every breath in my body.
We're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. We're going to lead the greatest comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
God spared my life for a reason, to restore America to greatness.
And I'm thankful.
Together we can truly make America great again.
Yes, man. Very thankful. Boy, because we were looking at a problem. We dodged ourselves a bullet. That's what we did. Yeah, just like Trump dodged that bullet, so did we. Yeah, God gave us that Matrix-like ability to dodge what was coming. We was about to get the calculator in there. Who would have went ahead and finished pushing us right on off that cliff? But God has, for whatever reason, given America a little more grace. That's what I think. And we might as well take advantage of it. We might as well enjoy it and be thankful for it every single day. And it also, has brought upon our country, I think, just a new revival of being able to, express some things that we used to didn't have to walk around going, man, I'm a Christian, I'm going to say it, but I know everybody going to be looking at me crazy. Or I'm a patriot and people going to be going, oh, that must mean you're a racist. Or I don't believe in transgender ideology on kids and all of that stuff. And I'm going to be, wokeness is starting to flee. I mean, it's amazing what has happened with this election, and all of these things that appeared to be just closing in on us, smothering what we really are and who we are as a nation, just seem to have exploded. The attitude of so many people have changed, and it is starting to filter out into other areas where we saw it encroaching. What is it? Encroach? Yeah, I think that's the word. Encroaching upon all of our values. Companies and everybody are starting to say, yo, man, we done with all this crazy nonsense. Yo, man, if you get out there and you say something, we ain't got to be going, oh, shoot, the woke police is coming. It's great, man. And if people hold on to this, I think we can really pull us back to our last phase before God gets done with the whole world of glory in America. And it starts with giving God the glory. And then, of course, just loving each other, loving our country, being smart, being wise, being compassionate, and hopefully at the end of the day, we go out in glory on top instead of defeated and demoralized like the Democrats was trying to drag us into. So thank God for you guys. Thank God for our country. Thank God for 47. I will be back maybe, what's tomorrow, Saturday, since I missed yesterday on Turkey Day. Yeah, man, I slept. You know what? I just been relaxing. I ain't gonna even lie. I've been a lazy coconut. That's what I've been. A lazy coconut. Trying to regather my strength. I got some days off from working on that man truck, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of it. So I might slide back in tomorrow since I ain't really got nothing to do. Somebody said, love you. You're the best. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Gizmo, y'all want a dose? Yeah, y'all want a holiday dose of the dogs? Let's see if I can grab them real quick before I go ahead and wrap it up. Uh-huh. The people want to see y'all. Come on, Alan. The people want to see you. The people asking for you. Let's start with the new kid on the block. Yeah. Guess what, y'all? Her time is almost here. She is showing signs of finally being potty trained. Yeah. The wild girl herself. She's a wild one, y'all. She is a wild one. You see them crazy eyes? She like, I'm crazy, right? So I got to tell Gizmo to be careful. Don't fall too quickly in love with her because she might end up being crazy and deranged. But she's finally getting it. Let me see if I pull the bangs back. See, you got to pet them like this so they can feel it. See, you got to pet them like this. See, she can feel it. There you go. Got to pet them. Yeah. So that's Nala. Come here, Gizmo. And then the man who started it all. Yeah. Gears to the Mo. What you doing, buddy? Yeah, say hi to the people. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go. So, she's almost potty trained, and who knows? I got kind of attached to her. She might have to go ahead and bargain, figure out maybe how to keep her. I don't know. Might ship her off. My job is done here almost, but we'll see. So God bless y'all. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. We'll see you either sometime this weekend or maybe Monday. Definitely Monday, if not sometime this weekend. So somebody says she's a keeper. Yeah, she's starting to get to me on the inside. Normally I don't let nobody get to me like that, but she kind of busting me up. Anyway, don't forget, text MAGA to this number. If you want to support the channel through my Cash App, my PayPal, please do. The links are below. And I think that might be it. Subscribe to my alternative channel. Be safe over the weekend. And we are out of here. Yeah, man. My Adidas. I know you see the way we tear up the place. Yeah. Take care.